Oh my goodness. So I made the background music too loud and I don't know, low key unwatchable. So I'm just gonna do everything again. Um I'll probably be more articulated because I already said everything. So it'll be more concise and short. So basically I was gonna draw two characters. That didn't happen. So I only drew my character Otis. They're really old OCs of mine. Like, was it 2017, 2018 era? Or like their birth. They didn't look the same way for like 3 years or whatever. But yeah, so I haven't drawn them in forever, and so I was thinking of drawing either of them. Ooh, but I don't have the stamina to draw two people. So I settled on Otis because he never really got a full illustration ever. Yeah, so I was doing something a little more story-ish focused because I don't know. I don't like drawing my OCs and like it not having any relevance to the story. I don't know why. That's just how I am. So, starting off with a lovely stick man with like a chest blocked out or whatever. You know, I trying out being like extremely ugly and simplistic like skeleton. So, I could just focus more on the pose. And then I ended up going a little too much on the hands at this point, you know. Save that for later. Okay. But yeah, just to get the pose down so I don't have to try to think about anatomy and also try to come up with something. You know, just do it separately. So you don't have to use your brain that much. So I wasn't sure what pose I was gonna do with the hand. I was like, ooh, this, like this, and then that gets changed to, and then that gets changed to. Yeah, I wasn't sure where I was going. You know, I just get where it leads me. Then we're gonna like thought about doing clouds and like a underneath from like cameras like beneath shot. You know, for extra ominousness. And then for this, I started rendering the background first because the biggest mistake is to do character first, and like that, if you only like drawing characters, like you'll just want to finish the picture and be done with it. So then the background will look less detailed than the character. Also, like a bonus is that like you can make the character's colors match the background instead of making the background match the character, which I think doing that is a little hard. But yeah, so I went on Pinterest and I was like, let's look at clouds at night. I mean, I didn't copy it one for one, okay? I'm not a little thief. But, you know, I just took some inspo from Pinterest. So yeah, did clouds and then rendered them, add some detail, some stars. I was like, thought I was gonna do like a little bit of like gradient in the sky, but then I didn't like it, so I just got rid of it. And then I was gonna do branches, but they kind of made the background too detailed. It's like too much information. It just, I don't know. It's like over sensory. I don't like it. So, it ended up getting like nerfed in the end, even though I took like 10-20 minutes on it, and I was like, no, it gotta go. Sometimes you just gotta let it go for the better, you know. And then I started sketching Otis, and then he ended up looking too young, so then I like squinted his eyes more, make him look more his age. And like I wasn't sure what kind of face I was going for, like kind of expression. Like he was kind of giving like, what was it, like sad, yearning, reaching out for something, and then like he just ends up angry, you know. And then, I started coloring him. Normally, back in the day, you know, I just do the base colors and pretend the background wasn't there and like just do it under white and then use like layer modes to darken or light. Well, it never gets lighter. It only goes darker to have the character match the background. But I feel like just eyeballing it makes it look better. Kind of like, you know how old anime, you like definitely can tell that they have to like think about and pick color palettes. Which, you know, I prefer not to be a little whatchamacall. But yeah, I just like handpicking the colors. It just looks better, to be honest. And like I can smell when someone uses multiply or something on a drawing. And like I don't know, I just think it's really off-putting or like immersion breaking when like I can tell someone used like a bunch of like glow or screen or I don't know. Mostly I think the biggest culprit is probably multiply. It has its uses, but I can never make it look nice. Actually, I did use multiply in this, but like as like a cherry on top. Like I didn't put it in the shading. Anyways, base colors. I love using my green white and not actually like gray white. Cause I don't know, it looks really nice when it's like colored with like blue shading, but I guess it didn't really matter here because I wasn't shading with blue. But yeah, and then I added the crunchy little rim light, bounce light thing. I don't know what it's called. Reflected light? I don't know. It just makes the shadows more like they pop more, you know? It makes it look like he's like 3D-ish. Hey, oh yeah, and then oh, what a jump. Got some funny little Danganronpa blood, except not pink. But yeah, so I was gonna do like graphic, like no shading, it's just neon red, but I couldn't make it look finished looking, so we just kind of gave up on that. I made it like I rendered it how I'd like render everything else. So anyways, oh yeah, and then like here was the multiply thing. I was like, okay, I shade everything normally, and then like I add the multiply at the end, you know? Well, this is like on another layer because I'm not like gonna keep this like stinky little... It's basically just me sketching out what the lighting would be like, and then like I'll try again to do the same thing later. It's just like a demo. Okay, and then did that, and I was like, okay, time to go and do the hard work of rendering everything and getting rid of all the black lines. Yeah. So I do my usual shading style, and I just keep going. Oh, look, we're going so fast. I love Otis's hair, even though it's kind of a pain. He doesn't usually have like that much overhanging like hair that'd cover his eye, but you know, just for added angst, you know, gotta get the only one eye showing. You keep going. Oh yeah, and then I was like, you know what would make this even more angsty? Adding the shadow over the eye. So I did that. And then added more shadow. And then shaded clothing. And then I was like, his expression is not angry enough. So let's have him like grit his teeth. Then keep going, keep going. And then I like struggled on the hand. And I ended up changing it again later. I don't know. I couldn't make it look right. It looks like an alien. So I kind of gave up on doing that. And then I also added like sweat. So he looked more like, ooh, like kind of. I don't know why he's sweating. Why would you sweat if you're angry? He's just really heated up or something. I don't know. It's selling the expression or whatever. And then, oh, I guess I kind of, where did that happen? Where like I added the, I like added the glow over the orange glow over the shadows. Just make it pop more. Is it realistic? No. But it's not, that's not the point. Okay. Oh, and I also added blush because I can't help but add a blush to everything. Even though it makes him look really like flustered and be like, like ooh kind of. I don't know, the skin looks really lifeless if you don't add anything to it. So I think I toned it down so it looked less like he's like a tsundere or something. And then after I struggled with the hands for like 20 minutes, I was like, you know what, it's time to call it a night. Also have work. So I stopped there. And then that was 2 hour, 35 minutes of work. And then now I close that one. Part 2, come back from work. It's time to pump out another drawing. So yeah, tackling the hands first. And the long pause at the beginning is me taking a picture of my own hand because I gave up trying to do it from my mind. So, you know, always use references because it'll make your life easier and also make you draw faster. I still kind of struggle. I kind of like that even taking a picture of my hand, I wasn't making it like look right for the picture. So I just drew what I thought would look okay. I went the easy way. So yeah, then I try to get rid of all the sketch lines and clean up the edges. And then I added some detail on the jacket. And then his little family gem thing. Pockets. Pants. I don't know what that red thing is. I mean, I kind of need it there, but like I don't know what's under there. Is it like a vest or shirt or like a corset? We'll never know. Then what else do I do next? Oh, and then I add the lovely little stripes. To this day, I still don't know what that is. Like, is it black colored or is it the way the shirt is folded that will make it that color? I don't know. Because on my ref sheet, I just made it the same color as the shadow. And you know, that's what I'm going to keep doing. Because I seriously don't know what's up with the shirt. But for all time's sake and for character design, we'll keep it that way. And then, I turned on the background. And I was like, oh, the clouds that are visible are looking a little chunky. So I went back to begrudgingly rendering the background and adding more details so like it'd be on the same level as how much detail I put onto the main character. Or it's like, you know how thin the lines are around him? I wanted to like, I don't know, just like concentrate more detail on the background so it like balance. It's like looks balanced. But not, yeah. And then me fixing the arm because I thought it needed to be bigger for foreshortening or whatever. And then I added the chain that I almost forgot. It's like pocket watch, but taking creative liberties because it's not for a pocket watch anymore. It's just there. It's decoration. It's like not even that visible in the end of the picture. It's kind of sad. I took so much time like rendering the little gold and like it didn't even show up that much. And then this is me putting the shadow that I had earlier and then sealing the color. And then me adding a lovely little rim light by like erasing parts. And then I add the bounce light thing. Whee! And then I add some like little highlight-ish things to make the edges look more clear so you can see what's going on. Because his outfit's really dark, and I mean the whole picture is really dark, but you know, I want people to see my blood, sweat, and tears that went into drawing this. Add some stars, add some like variation in the back because I don't want like a big stretch of just a solid color. And I was like, okay, time to go back to the blood, except I couldn't make it look nice. So, I changed the way I was coloring it, gave up on the inner glow thing that was going on. And be like, you know what, time to make blood the same color. They were not going that deep. So I just colored blood how I would usually color blood. I think oh yeah, you can see that I gave him like red pupils. I took that off because I don't know, it was giving me detail overload seeing like a bright tiny red dot on his face. It was just like, ooh, I don't like that. So I got rid of it. And I started moving some splatters around to make it look more natural. And then we're at the last part is a bunch of filters are like messing with the colors to make it more cohesive and whatever. So the way I shade, you can kind of see is like it's not changing color that much, at least in the background, like with the clouds. Like it goes to gray to darker gray, but like messing with, and Clip Studio Paint is called tone curve. Like you can change specific colors of like a certain value, so you can see that some of the bright parts of the clouds got like it gets more blue, and like the rest are like yellower. It just makes more variation and looks nicer, I think. So obviously I don't go that hard. I just like turn down the opacity, and then I gave everything more like green cyan shading. My reason, I don't know, make the blood pop more. I mean, like, yeah, let's just say that's my reasons, because it's like more green and then like the red sticks out. Yeah, I'm an artist. I know what I'm doing, actually. And then I was gonna do eye shine, but that was like, again, it made him look like he was crying or something, or it's like eyes were bugging out, so I decided not to do that. And then add some like greener shadow, make it brighter because the Amos was getting really dark because I made it like more contrasted. Then that's me messing with gradient maps, and then me going back and forth to see whether my changes were actually good or not. And then I added like a vignette at some point around the edges so it looked more focused around Mr. Otis Coon. And then I messed it with more, and then that's done. Oh, I kind of wanted to stay on there while okay. So that was this picture. Let me know if you'd rather have like me talking over a picture or me drawing and then talking about. I'll probably do both, to be honest. You know what? I'm not even asking you guys anymore. I do what I want, actually. But yeah, next video will probably be more Let's Play because I really need to freaking finish it because I'm this close to getting spoiled on Twitter because I keep liking fan art. That's the big mistake. You gotta just not engage in any media that you're currently playing, because then you'll just get it'll just come on your timeline and ruin your day. But yeah, see you later.